Okay, audit quick.
Yeah, a couple of things. In your packet, we did receive some deficiencies, and you can see what the observations were and what the recommendations are. So we're going through those, and we'll take care of those. There's no problem. Also, in the audit, on a couple of pages, they list that the Board of Ed's expenses are $152 million, and that's by GAAP principles, which is generally accepted accounting principles. And there are three things that make up that $152 million. One is $121 million, which includes the auditor's trial balance of $110 million, continuing ed of $1.5 million. Then they bring in what they call as STRB, State Teachers Retirement Payments Not Recognized for Budgetary Purposes. This was a new thing that happened about 5 years ago, where the state wanted to put the pension on each Board of Ed. So they have come up with a figure to each Board of Ed, let them know, and the auditors have to include that in our audit statements, and that figure is $9.8 million. So if you add those up, that's $121 million. Then the auditors come up with another $26 million, which is the school lunch, which is $4.2 million expenses, and the states and federal school projects, which is $21.8 million. So that's the $126 million. Then the auditors, which is by law, GASB 34, requirements certain things. One is, because GASB came in, each town really has to find out what is the value of your streets, what's the value of your buildings, what's the value of your highways in the town, and that's GASB 34. So our depreciation for that, for our buildings, is included in our in our statement, which is $3.2 million depreciation. We have to now show depreciation on our books. The second one is early retirement accrual. That was a credit of $712,000. The third one is called OPEB. You'll see that a lot because of pensions. It's called obligations, other post-employment benefits. When teachers retire or when people retire, they have to include that in our statement. And that's $1.9 million of OPEB. And the last one is, since we have assets, what are our capital assets that we put on new into our buildings? And that was, the auditors figured at $612,000. So if you add all those three subsections, comes up to $152 million, which is listed in two places in the audit report on page 16 and on page 130. So that's, when you see that, these are the requirements by GASB, which are new in the organization that had to be done.